Okie doke. Cool. It's 6:30. So I am going to go ahead and start recording the meeting. If you have any objections to that, please let me know and I will stop.
Just for the record, just for people who are new, I know we have at least one person who is new here. And let me turn off my background because I keep on disappearing. But for the record, the recording is only for our personal reference, is not being distributed out elsewhere. Correct?
I was going to make my hair look even worse, so.
Well,
no. Save that for PAX. Save that for PAX.
Actually, Andrew, really exciting news, and that's part of our exciting news for today, is that our YouTube page is up and running. So we did not post the recording of the January meeting just because I want it to last longer than 2 weeks, like it would on Twitch. So now that our YouTube page is up, we are able to post these recordings. That way our guild members have easier access to watch over these videos instead of having to personally email me and me email every single person the recording, which can be very tedious, as you can imagine.
Well, to that point, if there's any people here who have personal security issues, a good idea would be to set those videos to private.
Right, or to message me and we can stop recording. So that's why I promised at the beginning that if there were any objections, that to message me and we can turn off recording for today's meeting. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody real quick. I don't know how to do that, so please just bear with me for 5 seconds. Unless somebody knows how to do that, and then I would greatly appreciate any.
I'll take care of it.
Okay, thank you, Sean. So starting today off on a great note, couple things. We do have a guest with us, Adam, who works for CMN Nationals, is joining us today just to go over a couple of things regarding PAX East. And then I thought it would be really exciting to celebrate our official total for 2022. So the Extra Life Boston Guild landed at $423,084.49 in 2022. Really
Actually,
exciting.
Bree, can I just interrupt for 1 second? Looks like I don't have the ability to do that. So if you go into participants, you can actually mute them at the side of their names, but only the host can do that. So.
Oh, okay. Got it. Thank you. So super exciting news that we were able to reach that. This is the highest amount that we have fundraised in one single year. So it's fantastic to see us hit this number. So I'm going to stop sharing. Adam, I don't know if you want to talk a little bit about PAX East, or if you would like to hang out at the meeting and get to that at the end. It's up to you.
Being that it's y'all's meeting, I'll let y'all decide. If y'all want to discuss other matters first, that's fine. So Andrew pointed, so I assume that means go ahead.
We can go. Let me just preface with PAX East, guys. Sean put the link to register for a shift at PAX East, both on the Discord and also on the Facebook. If you can't find the link, please message one of us and we can send it to you, but it's in the announcements channel of our Discord page. And then I think just the second to last, or the second most recent post on Facebook. But super exciting stuff. I love PAX. PAX was great last year. It's a great opportunity for everybody to bond and get to know each other while also sharing our why and a little bit about Extra Life with people who might not know what it is or who might be interested in joining us in all of our fun and merry and happiness. So going off of PAX East news, Adam, if you want to go ahead and talk about the options and everything.
Sure. So first of all, last year Jeff and Bradley came from National, and this year it's going to be myself and my coworker Sana. Thank you. I thank you for the love of my nerd wall. So Sana and I will be coming. Sana is our social media manager, so she'll be there snapping photos and helping out in general with the booth and with me walking around and everything. So we'll be at the booth and on the floor and whatnot. So we'll be there the whole time. So it should be great. As far as plans from National for PAX East, aside from the booth, we would like to have a get together, like a guild meetup, or actually just to get an Extra Life meetup in general in Boston. And so, not having been to Boston before myself, I started looking into some options and noticed that there's not a whole lot in the Seaport area. So Bree and I kind of discussed some options, and we wanted to gauge first of all the interest, but second of all, like the level of people's ability to get around and whatnot, because there are a few options that are further away and like I think one, Bree, that was close. Was it Kings was the only one close one?
Yeah, so I believe we picked out 3 that are relatively close and are in the Seaport area. And then 2 are a little bit further away. There's one in Cambridge, and the other is in the Back Bay area.
So me not being from Boston, I don't know where those are except via Google.
And I can share my screen really quick. I did put a message in the Discord suggesting that everyone vote for which place that they were more likely to enjoy or want to go to. And so I'll share my screen really quick, and you all can provide your feedback. So the first option was Versus, which is in the Back Bay area. But as you can see here, they have a bunch of different fun like themes throughout the week. And then they have arcade games, pinball, video game consoles, others, so like Giant Jenga and stuff like that. And so it looks just like, let me see if I can get to pictures. Oh wait, not this video. I don't know how to get to the pictures, but it's basically just a large like arcade. The next option is arcade in Cambridge. Pre-COVID, I know that we had a few guild meetings there, or that's what I've been told. It is like a speakeasy behind Roxy's, which is the gourmet grilled cheese restaurant. I don't know why that was so hard for me to get out. I'm sorry. But again, it's like very much arcade style. You go in and they have pinball, all the old arcade games. I know that they have a few consoles where you can also play, and basketball and stuff like that. And then we have Kings. I've never been to Kings before, but I believe it's a big bowling alley, and they have some other attractions. Let me see if I can go onto the story.
Yeah, the Kings was listed as an option mainly because it's the only one relatively close within walking distance. But if other folks are fine with driving, we can go to somewhere else. And yeah, I think Flight Club was the last one, right, Bree?
And then we have, well, there's one more after Flight Club.
Okay.
So Flight Club is right above King. So those 2 are the actual ones that are the closest to the convention center. And Flight Club is a dart bar. So I feel like it's, from what I remember, it's carnival themed, but you can just like go and throw darts. Which is a lot of fun. And then we have Spin was the final option. And Spin is also in Seaport, a little bit further away than Flight Club and Kings. But they have Giant Jenga, they have like pinball, or not pinball, they have what is this called right here?
Ping pong,
right? Ping pong? Yeah, okay. I said ping ball. I meant ping pong. And then they have Giant Uno and things like that. So Spin is also a cool place, and in Seaport. So we really wanted to leave it up to everyone here to decide where we went, because we weren't sure if people would feel comfortable making their way over to Cambridge or to Back Bay, or if the vibe was to more stay in the Seaport area. We also want to make sure it's accessible to everybody. It's fun, it's a good time, it's something that you're looking forward to. I know that because of COVID, we haven't been able to do a ton of in-person events or anything really with the social aspect. So I think we really want this to be an opportunity for the guild to bond and to kind of strengthen and deepen our relationships with each other. And Adam, I'll stop blabbing if you want to chime in or anything.
No, that you said that perfectly. So it's really up to the group on where everybody wants to go. I've seen a few people say Kings was where they did the Anime Boston after party. So it's really up to whether you want to walk or ride the T or get an Uber or whatever. And also, like, if just as an option, if folks decide like the driving is an issue for them, or it would be hard for them to get somewhere, I have to Uber everywhere, and I don't mind getting like a larger Uber to fit a couple people in with me, and same thing with Sana. So that's just an option to consider.
I'm going to chime in for 1 second. I think what we can do, Bria, is just take all those options, create like a poll in the Facebook group and in the Discord, and let people kind of vote, and we'll see what matches up to most people choice, and go with that.
Yeah, definitely. So the
Right.
vote in the Discord is currently at 22222. So everything has 2 votes, which is not very helpful. So if anybody wants to be the tiebreaker on Discord, that would be greatly appreciated. But I'll make a poll in the Facebook as well, and see if that gets any more traction. And as far as the timing of the meetup, Adam, do you know more details about that?
So I believe we had discussed like probably the best time, just because of like work schedules and everything, was going to be Friday night. Just because most people are going to be off Saturday, and if this is incorrect, please let me know. So if folks are more comfortable doing something Saturday, that's fine too. But we figured Friday would be better to do something, and I can call and reserve a place. Someone mentioned what's the cost. So typically when I do these meetups, I will buy a bunch of food for some people. It's usually just a bunch of appetizers and whatnot. But whether or not you want to buy something else is up to you. I can't buy you alcohol, so sorry. But there's that. So yeah, so it's timing would be, I would say, just due to if we're driving, riding train somewhere or whatever, I would say, let's see, the floor closes at 6, I believe. So 7 would probably be a good time, just to give plenty of time for people to get somewhere, because there's massive crowds. And as far as, what was the other question? I lost my train of thought. I apologize.
I think it was just time, and some people are implying about when they're working and other days.
Let's see.
It looks like some people are saying that maybe Saturday or Sunday could be better than Friday.
Sunday will not work because Sunday, Sana and I are leaving. We both have to get back for something on Monday, so we are leaving Sunday. So so I can do Saturday. That's totally fine with me.
Okay, so what we'll do is I'll add everyone again in the Discord, and hopefully we can get a tiebreaker there. And then we will include a poll that says either Friday or Saturday. That way people can show their preference, and we can go based off of that. I'll post something in the Facebook as well, and we'll just add all the votes up together like that. But does anybody have questions for Adam while he's here? Comments, thoughts, anything that's boggling through your mind? Yeah, Andrew?
Hey, Adam, so I don't know if you saw my question in the chat, but you said that our social media person would be there. When you say are you talking about CMN National's social media is going to be there?
Technically one of them. Sana runs Extra Life and Dance Marathons social media.
So what you're saying is that we would get like, just for reference, we would be featured by by national on social media?
How do you mean?
Well, I mean, like spotlighted sort of thing. Like
Oh.
here's Extra Life Boston. Look at what
Yes.
they're doing.
Yeah. So she'll be
Wow.
taking pictures and whatnot. And she did the same thing at PAX West, where she took some pictures of the event, took pictures of folks at the booth and whatnot. And she will ask people's permission before she takes their pictures. She always does that. She's really good about it. So she'll ask your permission, say like if there's 4 people at the booth, hey, are y'all okay with me taking your picture? She'll snap a picture, throw it up on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Any other questions for Adam? No? Adam, do you have anything else?
Food recommendations from Boston.
Yeah, just well, I guess it's a very small group, but if anybody has food allergies, this is probably the place.
Oh, that's a good time to. That's a
to
good
talk
thing to
about
also say.
them.
Yes.
Yeah.
You just mentioned the one thing I can talk about endlessly is food in Boston.
Sparkle has it.
Yep,
Has
Sparkle.
their hand
In the unlikely event I am able to attend,
up.
I am already going to PAX because I'm working as an enforcer, but I usually work afternoons and evenings as an enforcer. My girlfriend's going with me and I'd like to bring her along. She has a gluten allergy. So wherever we're going, there needs to be gluten-free options if
Good to
I'm able
know.
to go.
Good to know. We'll keep
I
that
would
in mind.
say-
Look at the menus.
I mean, I don't know how much it would cut it down, but I would say like like gluten and nuts, like if you, the best err on the side of caution in case people show up who were like, oh hey, this is this thing now, and so like gluten and nut allergies would be a good thing to keep in mind.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll once we get the poll in, we will Bree can share the results with me, and if the top one has like no gluten-free options, we'll possibly reconsider and maybe go with the second one or something. So we'll see.
Also for food, for Tucci's, the North End, it's a little bit of a walk. It's a nice walk, and it's very small, but some of the best pizza there is.
Nice.
No, it's not Tucci's. It's Pizzeria Regina.
Is that
Gotcha.
is that the one where you go out of the convention center, down the stairs,
No,
around?
it's in the North End. It's in the North End.
Okay, I'm just thinking there's a really good gourmet pizza place there.
And there's also, I mean, if you want close con food, I mean, there's a restaurant in the Weston. That's not that bad either. It's just gonna be very busy.
I think it might. Yeah, I think Pastoral, Lewis. That sounds right to me.
Gotcha.
Cool. Well, moving on from PAX business and news, if anybody has anything additional regarding PAX East, please put it in the chat.
Actually, can I stop 1 second to bring
Yeah.
one thing up about PAX?
Yeah.
And it probably can't happen by that time, but I'm gonna just bring up the always present question that we have is about the app support. Is any chance of us getting the sign up app back for PAX East?
No.
Damn it.
Here's the rundown on the app. The app is A, out of compliance, so you can't download it anywhere. And B, we are not going to bring it back into compliance because we saw a 0.2% conversion rate from the app. So not really, they didn't really see the return on developing that app for 0.2%.
However, with like not having the app, we do have exciting news that we will have a texting option and a QR code that we will be able to utilize during PAX to help with registrations. And with the texting option, if they text this number to be able to register and it picks up that they haven't registered yet, within a few days, they'll send a reminder text to that individual so that we aren't losing participants if they don't sign up right then and there. As somebody who has a scattered brain and a brain that goes 50 miles per hour, and I always say I'm a chicken running around with its head cut off, I know that that would definitely be resourceful for me if I was in those people's shoes.
Correct. We will have those things as well. Greg has a question.
Okay. Oh, Greg.
Forgot where my mute button was for a moment there. The QR code, is that just a direct link to the sign up page?
Yes. And
Okay.
there'll be QR codes with tracking links, and we have a different one for each day. And we'll provide
Okay.
those to everybody. So you can, I believe, Bree, we talked about having like a sign with the QR code on the table, but also like sending the file to everybody if they would like it so they can have it on their phone. That was very successful for us at TwitchCon. What's up?
And on top of that, we'll also have more specific Boston Children's Hospital collateral. So we'll have these, oh my gosh, we'll have these Slim Jims here that have a patient, one of our champions on it, a QR code to our like Boston Children's Hospital Extra Life page, a little blurb, and then on the back, it'll have fast facts about Boston Children's Hospital. So we'll have Extra Life specific one of those so that you guys are able to hand those out to anybody that doesn't have a phone, doesn't have the capacity to scan something on their phone, or doesn't want to. Oh, Andrew?
Yeah, so I understand that we're trying to get a better conversion rate, but one thing about con, especially PAX, is they with the most pins wins sort of thing. So are we gonna get a shipment of new pins and to hand out or / wear and kind of like entice people? Hey, not only are you helping out sick kids, but you get this awesome shiny pin.
I think we are, but I'll double check on that.
Because honestly, those are a great incentive, and honestly, because I use that line a lot of times, they with the most pins win, and that gets them to sign up, share the social, and donate in our penny wars. That way, they can get the super shiny pin.
When I think on top of that, Andrew, I've built out the plan to do, like, you know how we have our incentives, and we had one in January where it's raise how much ever money, get entered for one chance to win this item. So at PAX, I'm going to create a bag, like a goodie bag type thing with a Extra Life t-shirt, a water bottle, a mouse pad, all of the things that I offered as incentives last year. And for every person that either registers, or for any person that registers as like an Extra Lifer, they'll get one entry into the thing, and at the end of the weekend, we'll draw for a winner. Yes, Dan, that mouse pad. So we'll also be offering that. So hopefully that will incentivize people just as much as the pins do.
True, but at the same time, there's that. Oh, I have to sign up to get my name on here too, and I know what I'm saying. It sounds contradictory, but it's just in my brain it works, and my brain doesn't always work all the time.
Okay. Questions? Any other thoughts about PAX East? Going.
Oh, do we have it placed yet? Do we? I know a couple times. I know we tried, and I understand that. And this is probably for Greg or Sean. And I understand that we are at the mercy of the great overlord of PAX because it was charity. But I do know that we do try to be near the exits. Do we have a placement yet for our booth?
I believe we're in the same spot that we were last year.
Okay.
If you give me a quick 10 seconds, I can tell you what booth we're at. Or booth number 10,054. 10054. Which I believe is the same as last year.
That's roughly in the same spot, yeah.
Okay.
All the way thing is 10054.
Yes.
All right, let me see.
Okie doke. So if there are any other questions, comments, concerns, please put them in the chat. And thank you for the offer of the hotspot sparkle. Always watching out for us. We are going to move on to my next exciting announcement. We are introducing Boston Extra Life Guild advisory committees. So this is something that I have decided to launch, that the guild leadership and I have discussed, and we think it would be very beneficial within our guild. It would be a fantastic opportunity for others to get more involved if they would like to be more involved within our guild, and can provide the opportunity for us to do a lot more, both like digitally and social media wise, but also events wise, and with recruitment and things like that. So I'm going to share my screen so that everybody can see kind of the breakdown. So we're introducing the events committee, which will facilitate and plan Extra Life events throughout the year with the goal to build community amongst all Extra Life Boston members. The events committee will plan a monthly guild hangout, whether that's virtual, in person, or both, alongside the guild leadership. So examples of this would include a movie night, an Among Us night, axe throwing, bowling. I know prime COVID, I would get on Zoom and watch quarters and play Club Penguin at the same time. And that was like the best bonding experience for me with my friends. So we could do something like that. And the events committee will provide insight when hospital PD. Oh, did I freeze? Oh, I think I froze. I'm so sorry. But when the hospital PD, aka myself, is planning the Extra Life kickoff and the end of year celebration. Then we have our partnership committee. The partnership committee will work to build the Extra Life Boston footprint in the community through seeking out conventions, schools, corporations, sponsors, and stores to partner with. The committee will work alongside the hospital PD, me, to manage and engage the GameStop partners. And the partnership committee will work in coordination with the hospital PD to identify universities, colleges, and high school esports programs to partner with. And then we have our recruitment committee, which will work to create educational resources and to build a welcoming and open environment for new or returning gamers. We'll welcome new gamers to the guild through Facebook, Discord, and other communication outlets, and will facilitate follow-up with guild members to ensure they re-sign up for the following year and have the resources to begin fundraising. And then finally, we have our digital and social media committee. This committee will engage members of the guild through various methods of communication by creating content on multiple social media platforms. Examples of this would include TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Discord, and Twitch. The committee will utilize the Boston Extra Life social media channels to share the mission and the why behind Extra Life, highlight active members, and spread the news of events happening and more. Are there any questions about the positions themselves? So roughly, I was thinking 2 to 3 individuals per committee, with the exception of the social and digital committee, which would consist of 1 to 2 members. And then I'll send out an application form tonight, but it'll just be a brief 8 questions of why you're interested and how you think you could strengthen and grow the mission. But I thought that was super exciting. I think it's a great opportunity for everyone to get more involved if they want to and they're interested in engaging our other guild members. As a lot of you know, we have 1,700 Boston Extra Lifers, which is a lot of people to engage. So the more help we have, the better. And I would love, help with hosting events. Unfortunately, I have just been in the gaming world for a year, so I don't always know the best things to offer everyone, and I don't know what the best type of event would be. So having your input on a committee would be fantastic, and I think would greatly benefit a lot of our other guildies. And yes, this document will be posted somewhere. So tomorrow morning or potentially after this, depending on how long our meeting goes, I'll send out an email to everyone that is registered for Extra Life currently with all of the information that I just showed y'all on this form. And then I will also be putting a plug in for a few other things, such as our Extra Life survey that is still live, but only 4 people have filled out. Everyone, please fill this out. But it's a just a quick survey that's only 5 questions long. Okay, it's 7 questions long. That's my bad. I don't know how to count. Just asking why you Extra Life. And if you're comfortable sharing that, we would love to get your input. But I'll plug that in the email as well. That way it's at the top of everybody's mind. Are there questions about anything that I just mentioned or went over? No? Okay,
Actually,
cool. Go ahead, Dan.
that form has a way to sign up for your emails, right? Or is that just done if people register?
It's just done if people register.
Okay,
So
cool.
I have access to, so you know when you register for Extra Life and it says, do you want to share your contact information? So that determines whether you hit yes or no, determines whether or not I have access to like your email address. So I can see everybody who's currently registered, and if they've decided to share their contact information, I have access to those specific emails. So anyone whose email I have will get the form. But I'll also post it on the Discord and the Facebook. But it does ask for your current Extra Life page link. So hopefully people will be registered if they apply to be on a committee. That would be awkward for both of us if it was not that case. Okay, I think, let me check my documents, but I believe that is all that I have for tonight. It's just survey and our new Extra Life advisory committees. Things to look forward to in the coming months. I am working on a Extra Life 2023 resource binder. So it has information about the specific impact that you all have at the hospital, fast facts about children's, general blurbs that you're able to share with your community and with businesses when you're approaching a business. A quick link to all of our social media channels, and then, excuse me, some different resources. So we have virtual resources like our landing pages and the Boston Children's Hospital resource page, which has all of our like overlays and everything. But also there's a separate social media aspect to it that has all of our Canva designs and everything like that that everyone has access to utilize for their fundraising. So I'm adding a couple more resources to that, but that should be done within like before our next guild meeting. So you all have that to look forward to. And then we should have a new local incentive going out relatively soon. So keep an eye posted on your emails for that. Okay, and then final plug is ELU. I know that we talked about this last time and that it was kind of discussed that nobody would be able to make it down in person, but I know that the virtual component, I believe, is open for registration. So the creative contest, like the cosplay competition, the Minecraft. Dan, I'm looking at you because I know you love Minecraft and you're like a king of Minecraft.
Except I'm really bad at design.
Says the
Well, you're
man
on a
who's
team.
creating Disney World.
See, that's
Okay.
recreating. That's not designing.
And then
Yo,
the poster
idea.
design competition.
Idea. The entire exterior, including that awesome little fun zone in the lobby of the hospital.
That could be a good idea. That's a really good idea.
That has been done. The I think Seattle did that. It was
Damn
really
it,
cool.
Seattle. Ah,
Well,
damn it.
the hospital
Glenn.
did it, not the
Oh.
guild.
I was about to be very angry at Glenn White, who's the head of Cascadia Gamers.
No, it was a doctor at the hospital is building the hospital in Minecraft. It's pretty cool.
And actually,
Bree, I'm gonna
yeah.
need blueprints.
Well, Dan, let me know. I'll lend a hand. But Bree, actually, an idea I have for PAX is that this year PAX is requiring, as we all know, PAX is requiring masks. And I do know that Boston Children's, if not CMN, has their own set. So that could be incentives. That
We
or,
do.
or if you only have a limited amount, they could be given to those who take it, who are working the booth either as a volunteer or just like showing up and helping out.
Yeah, we do have Boston Children's Hospital branded masks, and we also have CMN branded masks. Although the CMN ones are a little bit creepier, they do have a fake smile on them going across the mask. So I try to
Perfect.
steer clear from those, but I'll bring it as an option for everybody.
I
So
got
that's a good
offered
idea.
one of those and was like, I'm good.
Yes, I
What's really
will say I do give them out as incentives to people, but I also try to refrain from wearing one myself because it kind of scares me because I'm like, this is like something that you would see, like it's like Coraline, but
Mm.
opposite because the mouth isn't sewn closed, it's sewn open.
Yeah. As far as the online component for ELU, I believe the rules have been posted for the creative competitions, but I don't know if I can't remember if the sign up is. I'll have to double check. The Minecraft sign up has not gone live yet, but it will go live soon. I can't say when because reasons. But yeah, so and then there is no virtual like tournament, but there will some of the actual event will be streamed on our Extra Life Twitch channel. So some of it you'll be able to watch. You'll tell us when you stop recording though, right, Adam? I'm not recording. But yeah.
I did hear about another guild, everyone, who does a virtual game night with
Mhm.
their guildies during ELU. So, because they are also a market that is very far away from Orlando. So they offer a game night on, I don't know if it's Wednesday or Thursday of like the week of ELU, but it's a time where their gamers can, like treat it like they're at ELU. Even though, there's not too much of a virtual aspect this year. So we could always do that if it's of interest to a group of people. I'm more than happy to host one of those. But, okay. Well, before we get to the social aspect of the guild meeting where everyone can chit chat and I can stop lecturing everybody and you don't have to hear me, I'm going to share a video really quick for our monthly mission moment. So give me 1 second. And let me make sure I share my audio. Okay. Well, that was a quick little blurb in the timeline. Let me share my screen. Okay. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Can't hear it, Bree.
You can't hear it? I just hit your sound. Hold
Could you
on.
make sure to check off to capture the sound when starting to share the screen?
Set share sound.
Found
You're-
that our success in the care.
There we go. We're good.
Yeah, okay.
We have to keep these kids' spirits up because if their spirits aren't up, they can't fight.
we have found that our success in the care of the child means that we're treating the whole child.
Well, maybe I should do a new picture.
Yeah, do you have any favorites?
Such a godsend that, we've got ways to keep her busy, way to keep that anxiety down, and she's having fun and creating.
What else can you put in a muffin?
What Child Life does is allow us to teach our son that no matter where he is, there will be moments of joy, of comfort.
Without this house, we would have the option of paying $115 a night in a hotel or just being at home, and that would have cost Grace her life.
At the end of the day, research needs funding. Hundreds of thousands, millions of children, they need help. And this research goes beyond just the hospital. It helps children not only across the country, but across the world.
Pitch me it, I'll hit it up to the stairs.
The donations that were made in years past really are a big part of Vinny's really great story today.
Thank you for art therapy.
Thank you for supporting Child Life Services.
Thank you for providing families like our own hope.
Your support, I believe, truly makes all the difference.
Thank you. Bye. See you next time.
Right, to that point, I think I asked it last month, but I forget. Do we have, is this year a general fund? Is this year Boston Children's Hospital Extra Life a general fund, or is it a targeted fund?
It's the Every Child Fund, which is the general fund, but is the most vital. So it goes to anything and everything that the hospital needs. It was like when COVID hit, for example, nobody could have predicted that COVID was coming or happening or about to take over the world, is what I like to say. But the Every Child Fund, allowed us to respond to the ever-changing world and whatever comes at us. So the Every Child Fund goes to anything from buying preemie diapers to buying blood pressure cuffs to buying fish food for the fish that we do research on, to research, life-saving research. So it goes to about anything and everything. The one thing I will note is that in 2022 we did earmark some funds to fund 1 year of a Child Life gaming tech specialist. So we are getting the funds in to fund them for the year of 2023, but it's your fundraising from 2022 that will be utilized. And so the gaming tech specialist, we touched on this a little bit at the kickoff last year, Andrew. I don't know if you remember the video of Ryan speaking during the kickoff, but he uses gaming such as VR, like the Oculus, to help patients boost their morale and help them get through physical therapy and things of that nature. They use gaming carts and stuff like that with the patients. So we did earmark funds from 2022 to fund one of their salaries this year.
Awesome. Thanks.
I hope everyone enjoyed that mission moment. And this is where I will stop recording and it will go into our social aspect. If people want to leave, you can leave. If you want to stay and chit chat, stay and chit chat. It's up to everybody. But Sparkle, you joined. Yeah.
Yes.
Sparkle, did you hear that that face mask, like full face mask aren't allowed again this